Hello everyone and welcome to the map Oceanborn. Kicking things off today, map number 1 of this professional best of 3 series of StarCraft 2. The blue Terran, the blue SCVs here in the upper left corner. It is Cure. And the Zerg opponent, the red drones, making a triumphant return. It is none other than Rogue. Welcome back, Rogue. Back from military service time, making a debut up against Cure. Cure coming with the double racks, low ground Reaper shenanigans too. How will Rogue prepare? Excellent depot placement, Cure. Alright, let's check in. The Overlord, the Rogue Overlord action cam. How are you doing today? Overlord noises. I won't try and make an impression, of course, because you gotta pay extra for that. That's on the Patreon. Nope, gonna see these barracks, gonna see the Reaper come out. Rogue knows. Automatically knows what's going on here. Terran flavored tricks, Terran antics, shenanigans. The drone. Oh, Cure. Not actually going for the third base. Interesting choice. Nope, Rogue's gonna get that third hatch down. And CC started behind this. We'll see. When will the extra Reapers get here? Cure making at least 4, it looks like. At least 4 Reapers. Definitely able to harass the hatchery then. The Queen's going to start to make their way off of creep. The Lings looks like they're in position in case the Reapers jump up into the main. The Zergling's not going to be too helpful up against the Reapers off creep. We know that. The Queens, though, they're making their way there. They're not making their way there. They're trying again. Hatchery's getting lower, though. Getting a little concerning. The grenades start to deflect the Queens. Oh my god, the hatchery. 200 health, give or take. The 4th Reaper shows up, and it's starting to be really close. Reapers. Oh my god. Oh, he cancels it. Alright. It prevents the kill. The Ling's gonna sacrifice themselves, try to shoo the Reapers away, but the damage is done. Do not lose a Queen. Rogue, I've been building you up for this. Oh, the Queen's isolated the Reapers. Debating grenading themselves, wanting them to feel like air units, perhaps. Good grief, that was... The 3rd hatch canceled, restarted, so a little bit of time, a little bit of minerals lost there. The Queen's suffering, bruised, battered, but not defeated. Important note. And behind this, Cure, setting everything up, getting that 3rd CC, very standard, economical play. Starport on the low ground as well, that prime real estate up here. Okay, the zoning restrictions, you can't actually have production structures in your main base for the first 6 minutes of the match, it would seem. Starport's going to finish up. The choice is going to be a Liberator. The 3rd, 4th Queen here to help out. Creep tumors will be denied. All that hard work, all that energy spent, not going to matter. The Hellion Reaper combo here. It could be going for potentially drones. However, Rogue knows they're here. 5 Queens at the 3rd base is a pretty decent amount to keep that in check. Gonna scan, get the creep tumors dissipating. Make sure that spread doesn't get too far. I can't believe it's not creep, okay? It's definitely not creep with no tumors there. Is that the 2nd Liberator? No, okay. Cure canceled it. Alright, we've got the 1st Liberator coming out. Likely to pair with the attack. You set up the Liberator, maybe going for the 3rd base, run the Hellions into the natural Reaper support there, going for that economic damage. You're just trying to slow the Zerg down, try to delay some of their droning, some of their wild economic plays. Behind this, I do see Stim in that research pack, so it's going to be a bio play. Spore Crawler already here, already in position with a queen to support, so I don't think the Liberator is going to really get too much done. Already nearly 2/3 health, not even setting up shop yet. A single Zergling, full of ambition, full of life. No longer. Will be denied. Little bit of damage done though, respectable amount. Very nice. Okay. The double medevac gonna load up. Stim's about to complete too, so this will be a decent time, I think. It's gonna be spotted by that scouting Zergling though. Rogue coming in with a nice scout and a little bit of a backstab here. More of a distraction move than anything else. Medevacs. Stim did complete, +1 started, extra racks coming online now, it looks like. Now, they don't have anything else. No, it is just Stim, but guys, the Marines with Stim, do they really need more? Okay. What's the first thing you buy from the upgrades in the Wings of Liberty campaign? Of course you get Stim first. Absolutely. Or, you know, whatever the campaign version of high-sec auto-tracking is, I'm sure. Because, you know, missile turret's also very strong. The Zerglings will be denied. I do like the move from Rogue, though. Just keeping Cure off balance slightly. That's really all that it is, it feels. The Marine's gonna move in, gun down that Overlord. The Banes, without their centrifugal hooks, not gonna really be able to do a whole lot here. The Lings get a decent surround, but the Marine's in a fantastic spot. Oh, the Banes. Spore Crawler helping out there. The Hellion Reaper move into the third base. A few drones do die off, but not a whole lot, it would seem. The Hellion's doing decent work up against the Zerglings. A couple of the Banes connect with them. It's going to shut that down fairly strongly. Marines try to focus fire a Queen, quickly regret their move, their life decision. Target firing those Banes down, an excellent move for sure. Hellion's still wreaking havoc. Okay then. The Hellion's getting a bit of damage done, it feels. Our worker losses, only 5 drones though. So most of it was Zerglings actually, which is, you know, I will say not perfect, of course, but what you really want. If you choose to lose some Zerglings or lose some drones, no player in their right mind should pick Zerglings at this point in the match. Oh, the Banes do connect, and the SCVs are falling galore. Looks like Cure did move in. These Marines did get the hatchery at least, so not going to be just an unscarred trade. The depot wall is raised. The Banelings really help out with that decision, though, so no more depot wall to raise. Ah, yes, that's where that depot should go. That's a chew toy depot, and you know it, Cure. 15 SCVs fall. Rogue sitting at a comfortable 69 drones, though. Very nice. Immediately wrecked by going up to 71. 2-2 on the way for Rogue. Good grief. Looking to have an upgrade advantage over the Terran. Triple SCV production, trying to kick into gear, and a lot of Zerglings wrapping around, potentially another backstab. Cure moving out though. Oh no, you got Burrow. It's a hit. And a scan goes out. Cure will not be duped again. Rogue coming in with a fantastic Baneling connection. Gonna take out quite a nice group of Marines. The Queen's gonna head to the defense. Ling's trying to wrap around. Nothing from the left side, but I think it might just be way too much Zerg. Yeah, Cure needs to just pick up. Just get out of here. The Banes try to be targeted down. The Hydra's now the threat to the medevacs. Rogue handily cleans it up, dispatches, nearly equalizing the resources lost too. Scouting Lings, burrowed, excellent. I don't think this is blocking the command center, so it will just be to detect the command center, we'll say. Medevac spotted, medevacs spotted. Lings not wanting to go too far off of creep. I can agree with the choice, agree with the decision. And behind this, they're both... Rogue's trying to move up in the tech a bit. Infestation Pit coming up. Likely just for Hive. My question is, what's the Hive going to be for, though? Will it be Ultralisks? Will it be Lurkers? I think it's probably Lurkers, given the presence of the Hydras at this point in the game, but one can dream, one can hope. Okay, and we'll see, you know, Adrenal and Ultras. Not today, gents. Alright. And now, meanwhile, Cure has been just focused, tunneling, even on the army production. +2 attack did finish, +2 armor is about halfway done. So a little bit of a discrepancy there. Attacks initiated, medevacs dropped, medevacs deflected as the main army group is going to try to move into position here. Siege tank set up nicely just at the edge of the creep so the Marines can kite back. You look at this, Terrans, the pre-split. It's a lot of Ling Bane. It's all coming really from one direction, but I think it just still might be a bit too much. The Bane's starting to get a bit close. The siege tanks are dealt with, and the rest of the army is just going to have to pack it up. Whether you're in a medevac or a body bag, you're heading home. Not doing too good, not looking too great. Cure unable to break this base, unable to break it. 2 attacks now devoted to that. The resources lost. Starting to have a bit of trouble. Rogue's going to go into Lurkers at this point, too. If Rogue could actually have the money, of course. 8 Lurkers on the way. Seismic Spines upgrade, give him that plus range. Fabulous. Now, Cure might have an opportunity here, at least. If Cure can immediately start +3 and, you know, some Liberators, then we might be looking at something in a couple of minutes here. Hatchery will be killed, not canceled. The Lurkers will be discovered in the best way that the Zerg wants them to be discovered, with attacks against Marines. This is a lot of Marines. It's going to be 83 Marines, 2 tanks, so Lurkers, not a terrible decision, of course. An excellent backstab coming in. They're actually going to get into the natural. SCVs, boys will be bold. Looks like they're going to hold the line, at least the third base now, the one in trouble. And the main army group, Cure not able to pre-split, not able to set up the Lurkers. God, he picked that tank up. Good grief, he picked the tank up, just barely saving it. Looks like the backstab of Lings will be cleaned up. However, the siege tanks right next to each other not going to be doing too well. The Lurkers able to get right under the medevacs, which helps them, you know, shout angrily up at the medevacs, not able to actually destroy them. Cure, go home. Just go home, Cure. It's not working anymore. Ling Lurker. Okay. Well, this might actually be okay. Stim, targeted down. Oh, we're gonna go for the Zerglings instead. Couple Banes rolling in. Cure barely picks them all up. Another group moving out here. It's just Marines, though. Oh, there's the medevacs. Okay. Now, Rogue, 14 Lurkers. Definitely a nice spot to be in. +2 attack is about to finish up. The hatchery will be defended once again. And another hit from Rogue. Excellent work with the Zerglings this match, it feels. Workers killed, definitely in favor of the Zerg at this point. Now, Cure, the base is on fire. Alright, the Marines will actually help that out. Double medevac making its way into the main base, although there's already some forces here. Paying attention. Defense looking fine. Lurkers holding the front down. Even able to just barely reach one of those medevacs. Queens will be able to keep that in check. +3 Carapace about to finish up for the Zerg. The building, Cure. Alright, it looks like it's being repaired. That's just gonna be it. Cure not able to clean it up, and losing workers cut down to nearly half of what the Zerg has. Not feeling up to that climb back into it. Rogue will take map number 1. Map number 2 in the series shall be Site Delta. The red Zerg here spawning into the upper left. Of course it is Rogue. Maybe I shouldn't do the intro. Alright, no, we'll finish it off. We'll give Kira a second. And the blue Terran SCVs here in the bottom right, with sneaky shenanigans planned. Antics abound. It is Cure. And the focal point of said shenanigans here in the middle of the map, just at the base of a ramp, it is Cure's barracks. Proxy 2 Rex. Will it be spotted? There is an overlord here. And the rally point's good, so Rogue will eventually get there. However, the barracks will be complete by the time that the overlord gets there. So that's not going to be finding it, I would say, ideally. You want to, of course, catch it as early as possible. Looks like it's going to be Marines. Yeah, there's no gas, of course, so it can't be anything else. Cure just going for Proxy 2 Rex Marine. He's pulling a third SCV, though. What's the third SCV for? The Overlord does spot the barracks, of course. Is it for bunkers? Oh no, he's bunkering the high ground entrance. Drone not anywhere near quick enough. First of the Marines does show up, and that is a full wall. And here's a problem. Yep. Alright, the spine crawlers go down immediately. The drone's gonna start to mine, which it's ambitious, we could call it. The Marines are completely safe. The Lings can't actually get to them as long as the bunkers are building, so that is going to be incredible. Yeah. And they can just use the bunkers to essentially retreat, move around. I think Cure. Oh god, Cure. This is what you had planned. Alright. The spine crawlers inching forward, gonna try to get in range. Will accidentally get a little too far. Spine crawler, I think it's just barely. Might be able to help out. I think that might be... Yeah, okay. That's the exact point that it has to be at. The SCVs will start to repair the bunker. This spine is actually being shot at, though. Rogue, you gotta save it. The hatchery's being targeted down as well. The Marines juggling between the bunkers. Is the spine still being shot at? No. Looks like they're okay, but now the hatchery's the target, of course. And Cure has enough money to keep the bunkers repaired long enough to get the hatchery, at least. The Queen's gonna try to help out, but I don't think there's any saving this one. We would have needed roaches, ravagers right away, try to bile down the SCVs. Looks like the spines are starting to work the bunker a little bit, but it's just going to be repaired back up, and the Marines come out of the bunker, pick off one of the spines. Rogue holding the high ground with some Zerglings. You can't commit them. What do you even do at this point? That's what you do. You just tap out. Cure. God, Cure. Dirty. Takes map number 2 with an impressive triple bunker play. Well, I guess we're going to game 3. Grand finale. Here we go. The grand finale will be played out on the map Alcyone. The blue Terran here, striking back, fighting strong. Map number 2, taking it with the help of a few bunkers. It is Cure. And the red Zerg, hopefully not too angry, not too off balance after that last one. It is Rogue. I've never seen Rogue really get that emotional. I don't think that's probably a factor. You have to be a bit stoic, a bit stone cold to do this level of work, because you have those kinds of games. Everybody has those kinds of games. Raise your hand if you've ever been killed off by something similar to that. Of course, everybody. Maybe even a few Terrans, I would wager. Because a Terran is just crazy enough to try to bunker rush another Terran. And that's what I'm sticking with. Alright, reverting back to the map number 1 plan at least. Couple barracks, low ground setup here. We'll be able to get that add-on. Nice. Complete the wall. I like this wall, actually. That's a nice wall. Yeah. Alright, and the other side, rogue. You know, just doing rogue business. Zerg things. Getting that hatch. Getting that pool. We will see how the builds actually shape up. How everything takes form. It looks to be going exactly the same as map number 1 so far, which I would say should make for a happy rogue, at least. Now, Cure could, of course, surprise us. Could have something up Cure's sleeve. You know, some Banshee-flavored trick. Mass Siege Tank Battle Cruiser shenanigan. Ooh, a BC opener. Wouldn't that be fun? I feel like I haven't seen a BC opener in a little bit here. People not really doing that much these days. When are we just not punishing Zergs for some reason? Reaper number 2 will show up. Number 3 looks like on the way. You're stopping at 3 though, not committing to the 4th Reaper. Gonna start that factory just slightly quicker. The Queen being bounced around. Remember what it's like to be an air unit? Yes, back to the Great Brood War. The Queen goes. Lings moving up back into the main base here. Reapers trying to perhaps bully a few drones. Not going to be able to do it though. Queen's definitely in position to keep all of their antics in check. And not even going to go for the 3rd base. Cure gets a drone. Alright, it's worth it. We got 1 drone. 1 drone, boys. Didn't even lose the 3rd Reaper. Very nice. He's the one with the kill too. He's the commander of the operation now. Welcome to your promotion, Reaper. Your jump jet pack will now go 5% faster. Excellent. Now behind this, of course, have to check. Stim not yet started. There we go. Got Stim started. 3rd CC, factory, starport. All of the business. Everything looking fine. Looking a bit normal. Factory and starport likely to do a swap. The barracks is doing push-ups. Okay. Hey, we all need to do some push-ups, you know, once a year, maybe twice. Okay. Don't ask me to do it more than twice though, guys. Have to pay me, okay, with some extra food. Make up for it. 3rd base. Happy. Made. Very good. 3rd hatchery. Okay. Tech still not showing itself. Rogue not even going for the lair yet. So we'll see if it'll be the same kind of Ling Bane Hydra Lurker composition as map number 1, or will it be something a little different? Again, we'll have to see. I swear Cure doing almost identical. We missed the 4th Reaper, but we're getting Stim, we're getting the Liberator. The Hellions are here as well. Ah, I see. So you make the Liberator. While you're making the Liberator, you make Hellions out of that reactored factory. Then you do the swap. Make sure it's placed correctly. Stim's about to complete. We're probably about 30 seconds off. Okay. Where's the Liberator? Oh, in the middle of the map. Alright. Now, where'd the other Hellions go? Oh, they were just slow. Traffic on I-5, right? Getting caught up now. Made it to the front line. Liberator wrapping around. Rogue should definitely see this, though. You can barely see Rogue's Overlord. They looked like part of the fauna in the environment there. Alright. Well, Liberator immediately sees the Spore Crawler. Was the Spore here the entire time? Probably. So therefore, Cure will take his anger and frustration out using the Liberator's anti-air attack on the Overlord, which means it should die in 1 to 2 business days. So we're just going to check in with the Hellion Reapers. We're just going to check in with what's going on at the base. Yeah, Stim did complete. We're getting the shields. Marines, they're somewhere. They're in the medevacs going along the right side. Did the Liberator finish? Yes, the Liberator actually got him. 1 kill. Liberator power. Very nice. Don't see them used for that anti-air attack too often. Now, Cure might be setting up a decent triple prong here. Marines will drop outside the base, start to pick off the Overlord. The Spore Crawler going to spot that Liberator moving into position. There's no Spore in the main base, but there are Queens here. And the Marines going to push into the 4th. Might try to do a bit of damage, but that's a lot of Queens, though. Liberator gets a couple kills. Gets more than a couple kills, actually. Oh, and then the Marines get to join up in the main base here. Where's the Banes? There's 7 Banes on the field. No centrifugal hooks just yet. Marines will connect the Zerglings. Not nearly enough to deal with Stim Marines, though. It looks like the Liberator died to the Spore. The Banes. Q are going to try and target some of them down. Oh, he's going. He's trying. Oh, the split is not terrible, but not perfect, actually. The wrong medevac gets targeted down, so those 4 might actually have hope of making it back to the base. At this point, then the Hellions, the Reapers, move in, just denying a bit of the creep, making sure that things don't get too out of hand here. Rogue decides to respond by making a 5th base, which feels like a very out-of-hand decision. Like, you killed my creep tumor. Well, I'll just take the base instead. Okay. Alright, Rogue. You do that. The 3rd CC has been landed. Check in with our production tab. Handy dandy. The 4 Marines do not get to go home. Had an opportunity, Cure. They had every opportunity to go home, go see their families, get some shore leave. Nope. Not anymore. We had to try and hurt the pigmentation on that spore crawler. Marine siege tanks, the Hellions get to transform. I feel like I say this every time, but I'm going to say it again. This is why you keep your Hellions alive, guys. Don't dive them in, because then you can turn them into Hellbats later, which is a very helpful move, of course, yes. Keep those Marines safe. The siege tank. Okay, I'm just moving it up. Should be in range of those Queens now, if we had the vision. Is it? Oh, it's just barely. Alright. The Marine's going to start to move along the right side here. Queen's going to rotate around. This is going to leave the siege tank slightly exposed, though. Depends on if Rogue wants to commit the Ling Bane yet. And it's pretty much just Ling Bane at this point. There's only 3 Hydras out on the map. Scan, going to reveal some of those creep tumors. Reinforcements coming for the Terran. Might be able to shore up that left side, make sure those siege tanks don't die off. Oh, the Banes will be targeted down. Q are able to commit now up against the Queens. The Ling Bane forced the engagement, though. The siege tanks absolutely caught in a terrible spot. Hellbats surrounded, Hellbats eliminated, and the Banes will find some more Marines. The Terran looks like will be cleaned up, will be shooed at least back to the middle of the map. Rogue needs to replace, though, spending a lot of the Banes. Only 3 active, 4 on the way. I don't think 7's gonna be enough, guys. 2-2 is about 3/4 done for really both of them, at least. That's something. I think Cures might finish just very slightly ahead. How many factories? It's just 1 factory. I don't really like that. It feels like if you're gonna go the siege tank route to try to deal with this, you gotta go more than 1 factory. Liberator will help out, set up a bit of a freedom zone, try to cover the Marines, especially up against the Queens or the Hydras. The siege tank in the back, though, there's only 2, it looks like, though. We'll see. The Rogue does have the start of a very good flank, very good engagement from multiple sides. Cure's going to use the gold minerals potentially to help out, though. Start to target down the hatchery. Queens and Hydras. That's a lot of Marines, though. The hatchery will fall. Don't blame Rogue for not wanting to engage with that. The Banes will connect with most of the Marines, actually. And what did that bring us down to? 9, alright. So Rogue's keeping up with a bit of the Bane production, and now it's go time before the Liberator set up shop. Lings on the left, Lings on the right. Lings everywhere. Okay. Bane's finding the Marines at the very back. Siege tanks looks like they will fall. Part of it's to Zerglings, part of it's to friendly fire. And Cure actually has enough Marines at the end of it all to start to push up the ramp, I think. Gonna reorient the siege tanks at least, try to help out. Medevac count increasing. It's 9 medevacs and only some of them have energy. Siege tank set up on the low ground here. Rogue running out of army supply down to 60. Another engagement. Bane's gonna connect. Go for the Marines. They're not going to find the connections, though. Uh-oh. The Zerg in peril is going to tap out. Bane's going a bit too far off of creep, not getting the connections they need. Cure will take the match. Fantastic turnaround, excellent engagements, entertaining match for sure. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.